குட் மார்னிங் எவ்ரி ஒன். எல்லாருமே சண்டே கிளாஸ் இன்னைக்கு அட்டன் பண்ண ரொம்ப ஆர்வமாக இருப்பீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். அதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஜெபம் பண்ணலாமா? இல்லை கை கூப்பிக்கோங்க, கண்ணை முடிக்கோங்க, ஜெபம் பண்ணலாம். அன்புள்ள ஏசப்பா, இந்த காலை வேலைக்காக உமக்கு நன்றி ஏசப்பா. ஆண்டவரே, கடந்த வாரம் முழுவதும் எங்களை கண்ணின் மணி போல நீர் காத்து கொண்டீங்களே, உமக்கு நன்றி ஏசப்பா. இந்த நாள்லையும் கூட ஆண்டவரே, நாங்கள் கற்றுக்கொள்ள போகிற பாடல், கதை, கிராஃப்ட் ஒர்க்கு, வசனங்கள் ஆண்டவர் எல்லாமே எங்களுக்கு பிரயோஜனம் உள்ளதாக இருக்கட்டும் ஏசப்பா. ஆண்டவரே, எங்களை ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் கர்த்தாவே நீர் கண்ணின் மணி போல காத்து வருகிற கிருபைக்காக உமக்கு நன்றி ஏசப்பா, ஸ்தோத்திரிக்கிறோம். எங்களுக்கு விசேஷ விதமாக ஞானத்தை கொடுத்து ஆசீர்வதிங்க ஏசப்பா. எங்களோட பெற்றோர்களை ஆசீர்வதிங்க. நாங்கள் நல்ல பிள்ளைகளாக பெற்றோர்கள் சொல் பேச்சு கேட்டு நடக்கும்படி கிருபை பாராட்டுங்க. இவற்றையெல்லாம் இயேசுவின் மூலம் கெஞ்சி கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம் பரம்பிதாவே, ஆமென். பரமண்டலங்களில் இருக்கிற எங்கள் பிதாவே, உம்முடைய நாமம் பரிசுத்தப்படுவதாக, உம்முடைய ராஜ்யம் வருவதாக, உம்முடைய சித்தம் பரலோகத்திலே செய்யப்படுகிறது போல பூலோகத்திலும் செய்யப்படுவதாக. அன்றன்றுள்ள அப்பத்தை இன்று எங்களுக்கு தாரும். எங்களுக்கு விரோதமாய் குற்றம் செய்கிறவர்களுக்கு நாங்கள் மன்னிக்கிறது போல எங்கள் குற்றங்களை எங்களுக்கு மன்னியும். எங்களை சோதனைக்குட்பிரவேசிக்க பண்ணாமல் தீமை நின்று எங்களை ரட்சித்துக் கொள்ளும். ராஜ்யமும் வல்லமையும் மகிமையும் என்றென்றைக்கும் உடையவைகளே, ஆமென்.
Be careful, little eyes, what you see. Oh, be careful, little eyes, what you see. For the Father up above is looking down in love. So be careful, little eyes, what you see. Oh, be careful, little ears, what you hear. Oh, be careful, little ears, what you hear. For the Father up above is looking down in love. Be careful, little ears, what you hear. Oh, be careful, little tongue, what you say. Oh, be careful, little tongue, what you say. For the Father up above is looking down in love. So be careful, little tongue, what you say. Oh, be careful, little hands, what you do. Oh, be careful, little hands, what you do.
Good morning, children. It's story time. Let's listen to a moral story. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Emily. She was born from a family of musicians. Her father was an exemplary pianist during his youth and then became a music professor at a university. Her mother, on the other hand, was a singer and composer. Emily's older brother played cello and was a member of the church choir. But Emily was not like them. She couldn't play any musical instruments. You need to be one with the instrument you're playing. Why can't you get it? Her father said to Emily. Every time he forced Emily to practice playing the piano, this hurt Emily a lot. She felt like she didn't belong to her family. She wanted to be like them, but no matter how much she tried, she just couldn't. Every night, Emily spent time sketching, drawing, and painting. She painted her father playing the piano, her brother playing the cello, and her mother singing on stage. Her paintings looked as if the emotions were so alive. The paintings showed how much her family loved music. And the paintings also showed what Emily was good at. However, her family didn't know. All they knew was that Emily couldn't sing and couldn't play even a single musical instrument. And they were not happy at all. Emily loved her family. She adored. She wished she could make them proud one day. But how much could she do when she couldn't do what they wanted her to do? The answer came when one of the teachers of Emily discovered the child's talent in arts. Emily started joining different art activities and competitions. Her talent impressed everyone. She won medals and trophies for her excellent artwork. When her parents learned about it, they stopped forcing Emily into music. They loved her paintings and other hard work. She finally found her talent. Being different doesn't mean you don't have any talent or hope. Being different simply means you have something unique to offer the world. Don't try to be like everybody else in order to fit in a particular group. Try to be yourself. Just being you create the difference and make you unique. That's it for this week, children. Stay safe, stay blessed.
யாரந்த இயேசு நான் பார்க்க போறேனே சண்டே ஸ்கூலுக்கு நான் போக போறேனே யாரந்த இயேசு நான் பார்க்க போறேனே சண்டே ஸ்கூலுக்கு நான் போக போறேனே இயேசுவோட செல்ல பிள்ளை நானே மோட்ச லோகம் நானும் போக போறேன் இயேசுவோட செல்ல பிள்ளை நானே மோட்ச லோகம் நானும் போக போறேன் நீயும் வாரியா என் கூட வாரியா இயேசு சாமிக்கு நீ ஒன்ன தாரியா நீயும் வாரியா என் கூட வாரியா இயேசு சாமிக்கு நீ ஒன்ன தாரியா யாரந்த இயேசு நான் பார்க்க போறேனே சண்டே ஸ்கூலுக்கு நான் போக போறேனே யாரந்த இயேசு நான் பார்க்க போறேனே சண்டே ஸ்கூலுக்கு நான் போக போறேனே
Good morning, children. It's quiz time. This week we have Pictionary, names from the Bible. There are 10 sets of Pictionaries. You will have to guess the picture and connect it with the other pictures to guess the right answer. So let's get started. Adam. Philip. Absalom. Zipporah. Benjamin. Saul. Thomas. Rebecca. Andrew. John. That's it for this week, children. Until next week, stay safe, stay blessed.
குட் மார்னிங் சில்ட்ரன். இன்னைக்கு நம்மளோட பைபிள் ஸ்டோரி எங்க இருக்குன்னா டேனியல் சாப்டர் 6. நம்ம யாரை பத்தி பார்க்க போறோம்னா டேனியல். குட்டீஸ், உங்களுக்கு டேனியல் யாருன்னு தெரியுமா? டேனியல் வந்து காட் ஃபியரிங் மேன். அவங்க டெய்லி 3 times ப்ரேயர் பண்ணுவாங்க. காலையில, மத்தியானம், நைட்டுன்னு 3 times ப்ரேயர் பண்ணுவாங்க. இப்ப நம்ம ஸ்டோரிக்குள்ள போலாமா? Daniel in the den of lions. Daniel was brought to Babylon from Israel as a young boy by King Nebuchadnezzar. When the king took over Israel, he took with him the most intelligent and handsome young men from Israel to help him at his palace. Among these were Daniel and his 3 friends. Daniel was very handsome, honest and intelligent. After a training period of 3 years, the king chose Daniel and his 3 friends from all the other young men to help him in his palace. Daniel earned the king's trust and affection as he helped the king solve many problems and worked very hard for the king. He was known for being wise beyond his years. After the time of Nebuchadnezzar, another king ruled Babylon and then another. All the king who ruled Babylon trusted Daniel and depended on him for carrying out many tasks over the years. Daniel had earned a very good name among the people of Babylon. He was praised for his intelligent, kindness and hard-working nature. He was a very devotee believer of God and prayed 3 times a day without fail. When King Darius came into power, he was so happy with Daniel's service that he gave Daniel him all the responsibility for running the country. Our other senior counselor and minister of the king jealous of Daniel. They met with each other and talked about often. Baban and Samuel were 2 the most senior men in Darius' court. They did not like the idea of the king growing affection towards Daniel. They feared that the king would favor Daniel over them. The king was placing more and more responsibility on Daniel now, and he consulted only Daniel for solving the problems and issues in the kingdom. The most senior member of the court were Baban and Samuel. Had the same worry how to get rid of Daniel. One day, Baban and Samuel met at a wayside inn to discuss this problem. That Daniel is becoming even more powerful with every passing day. The king only listened to him. Now he have been serving the kingdom for so many years, and yet the king does not even ask for our opinion or anything. If this is the case, the king will remove us from the service of the court. We will have to go back to the street selling pot. Yes, my friend, we have to do something about this. We have to remove this Daniel from the king court immediately. It is not easy, Baban. He has a great reputation. The king will not simply remove him because what we say. I have observed him very closely for some time. Now, it is impossible. He is extremely devout man and prays to his God 3 times a day. He is very powerful among the people. Wait, you said he prays 3 times a day? Yes, everybody knows about this. I think I have something we can use against him. If my plan work out, we will have to never worry about Daniel anymore. Like this, Baban and Samuel planned. They returned to their home. Next day, Baban and Samuel arrived at the palace to meet the king. They talk about various issues of the state and how happy the people of Babylon are with the king and his rule. They praise the king on his bravery, his sense of justice, and how kind and merciful he was. The king was very pleased with what Babon and Samuel said. Then Samuel made a suggestion for a law to be passed. The kingdom is thriving and its fame has been reached so far of the earth. This is all happened only because of you, king. No other king has achieved so much for their kingdom as you have. I think that we need to celebrate this occasion and give people an opportunity to show their gratitude to you. The King Darius asked how. We suggest that a rule be passed that for the next 30 days nobody will praise to any other god other than King Darius. I think this is a wonderful idea. You really have proven that you are worthy of your position in my court. But I must first discuss this with Daniel before I go further with this. Your Majesty, I don't think that you would be necessary. We have discussed this with all the senior counselor of the court and they are agreed. The king believed that Daniel was aware of the law. However, Daniel was not consulted about this and he was not aware of it. Babon sent 2 guards to Daniel's house when Daniel was in prayer. As soon as the soldiers saw Daniel praying to God, they immediately moved and arrested Daniel. A new law has been passed by the king. The citizen is to worship any other god other than King Darius himself for 30 days. I am not aware of this. Very well, take me to the king. The soldier arrested Daniel and took him to the palace and presented to the king. The king heard the news of Daniel's arrest and he was very sad. He realized that the senior counselor had been plotting against Daniel all along, but he felt helpless. Once the rule was passed, nobody can exempt it from the law. Samuel and Babon were also presented at his court. They were happy that their plan was working out. King asked Daniel, "What have you done? I thought you are aware of this new rule." "My lord, Daniel had defiled the rule of kingdom. This is as clear as day night. Several people have watched him offering prayer to his God. We cannot pardon anybody who breaks the law. He should be punished. He should be thrown into the lion's den. I have nothing to say, Your Majesty. I am a servant of kingdom, and I am ready to face any punishment that you give to me. I have no choice, Daniel, but to command that you be thrown into the lion's den." As soon as the king commanded, Daniel was taken away by the soldier to be thrown into the lion's den. The king was very sad that he had to send Daniel to his death. That night he could not sleep. The next morning, as soon as the sun rose, he jumped from his bed and hurried to the lion's den. He approached the den and called, "Daniel, Daniel, can you hear me?" "Yes, Your Majesty." And then Darius heard a voice that made him joy. It was the voice of Daniel. "Yes, Your Majesty. May the king live forever. I am unhurt, my lord. The lion did not even touch me. My God sent an angel into the den who shut the mouth of these lions. My God have saved me. Soldier, open the mouth of the den." The soldier removed the stone. The Daniel came out from the den. There was no even a single scratch on his body. It was truly a miracle. Daniel, your God is indeed true. He came to rescue you in the most hopeless hours. I am sorry that you had to endure this. Come, let's go to the palace at once. What had happened to Daniel spread around the kingdom. The people were amazed and stunned. Babon and Samuel realized that the evil has gone wrong. When the king arrived at the palace with Daniel, he ordered the soldier to throw Babon and Samuel into the same lion's den. And a new law was passed that everybody in Babylon must pray to the living Daniel's God, the God who performed miracles to help those who serve him. And so Daniel continued to serve the king and execute his duties faithfully for a very long time. He continued to pray to the true God until he died. இப்போ எல்லாம் ஸ்டோரி கேட்டீங்க இல்லையா? The moral of the story என்ன புரிஞ்சுதா? டேனியல் வந்து God fearing மேனா இருந்தாங்க. அவங்க டெய்லி 3 times ப்ரேயர் பண்ணனால அவங்களுக்கு விரோதமான எந்த ஒரு கெட்ட எண்ணமும் அவங்களுக்கு பலிக்கல. நம்மளும் என்ன பண்ணோம்? அதே மாதிரி நம்ம God கிட்ட டெய்லி ப்ரேயர் பண்ணீங்கன்னா உங்ககிட்டயும் யாருமே தப்பா நடந்துக்க முடியாது. உங்களுக்கு அகேன்ஸ்டா யாரும் எதுவுமே பண்ண முடியாது. அதுக்கு நம்ம என்ன பண்ணணும்னா டெய்லி பைபிள் படிச்சு ப்ரேயர் பண்ணீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப ஆசீர்வாதமா இருக்கும். என்ன குட்டீஸ் பண்ணுவீங்களா? ப்ளீஸ் டோன்ட் ஃபர்கெட் டு ரீட் த பைபிள் அண்ட் ப்ரே எவ்ரி டே.
Good morning, all. Let's say some facts from the Bible story what you have learned today. Daniel was brought as a captive to Babylon at a very young age. He was brought at the age of 16 and his friends was Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego. He lived a very simple life and eats very simple food, and his diet is usually vegetarian, and that is why he rejected the food at King Nebuchadnezzar's table. He was a very talented person and had special wisdom and a talent of interpreting the dreams. He has interpreted King Nebuchadnezzar's dream quite many times. He was a very loyal person and hardworking and a sincere person. That's why King gave him important responsibility which made others jealous on him. They couldn't find any mistakes on Daniel other than his praying culture. He prayed 3 times a day because he believed a little prayer will bring goodness to a person, and he frequently prayed. His prayer usually happened in a private chamber at the top of a palace, which was not noticed by anyone. His posture was kneeling down, showing that he humbled himself in front of God. When he prayed, he kept his windows open, which pointed towards Jerusalem, which was a place of sacrifice. Lions usually are present in wild, but kings do keep them because they played a game in which they enjoyed more by killing lions. They are kept in some captive, not exactly den, they are kept in some captive enclosed inside, and the lions inside the dens are usually furious because they are not let independent to an external world. They lived with restrictions in that enclosure. This was not the first time where Daniel has met an angel, but the presence of the angel has made the lion scared, or it would have blinded the eyes of the lion. The king couldn't sleep or eat the full night, and it was not difficult for him to come to the den at the early morning. He was happy seeing Daniel alive, which made him take a major decision of worshipping the Lord the God. That's it for today. Thank you all.
Jesus is my best friend, best friend, best friend. Jesus is my best friend. He's always there for me. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Jesus is my best friend, best friend, best friend. Jesus is my best friend. He's always there for me. Thank you. I'm going to tell last week's verse, John 3:5. Jesus answered, I tell you the truth. No one can enter the kingdom of God unless he is born with water and the Spirit. Thank you.